trust, she will provide.
All right.
And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough.
Oof, that is an interesting lyric. I feel like that's foreshadowing. I have to feel that's foreshadowing. Hello everyone, welcome back to CF Reacts. My name is Casper Fox. Look at all these cool titles that my editor has given me because I don't know how to introduce myself anymore. Anyway, we are finally back with Hadestown now. If you are on YouTube, last week we just reacted to, or analyzed, reacted, whatever, to Epic One, which so far is my favorite song in the musical, but I recorded that months ago. I've been taking a little break due to some burnout, but we're now back, and I'm now recording another batch of Hadestown. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, you can go to Patreon, get for $5, guys. You can get so much content, including a couple of Hadestown recording sessions. Also, something that I have kind of learned as we're approaching, I want to talk a little bit about the format, is that number one, we're going to be doing more songs per episode rather than one per episode. I did one per episode for most of Heather's, and for the previous 5-song batch recording of Hadestown, I did 1 song per video. That's going to change. We're going to do a couple more so that these videos don't turn out to be either super long or super short. I do want you guys to enjoy the videos we put out. That's number one. Number two is that Hadestown is now the only, I think we're at the point where now Hadestown is the only upload on the CF Entertainment's weekly schedule, and that is because Or is up to 3 uploads per week, and I am working on Stories from Styx, the musical about Hades and the underworld that I'm working on. So yeah, that is how we are going to do it. Also, I will be pausing throughout this. This is a reaction and analysis. If you want to watch the original animatic or listen to the music, you can do so via the link in the bio description. I am so bad at this. Sorry, it's 9 a.m. 10 a.m. I'm so bad. Oh my god. Anyway, we are here with Living It Up Top, and this is an animatic by Murky Musido. Now, guys, this video is actually only available in 720p. I'm not sure why that is. It was uploaded 3 years ago, but if the quality seems a little tad like different or worse than it usually is, that is why. So that's the disclaimer here. Other than that, I'm very excited to get back into Hadestown. Once again, thank you so much to Jay, who has been creating this playlist for Mortius and I. It's really nice of them, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay.
And on the road to hell, there was a lot of waiting. Everybody waiting on the train. Waiting on the train to bring that lady.
Persephone.
With the suitcase back again. She's never early, always late. These days, she never stays for long.
Okay, so interesting. So obviously we have Road to Hell, kind of like a reprise here. On the road to hell, da 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 da. There was a visual here that I really want to take a look at. So I'm not sure, is this Orpheus and Eurydice, or who is this supposed? This is Apollo's head by guy going here. I'm not sure what this visual means. We'll see.
These days, she never stays for long. The good things come to those who wait.
There she is.
Here she comes.
Well, it's like he said, I'm an outdoor girl.
And you're late again.
Right to the king of the underworld.
Got a little thing called spring.
Okay, so that is what we got from Persephone. Sorry, I just want some caption on this. That's a lovely accent.
Here she comes.
Well, it's like he said, I'm an outdoor girl.
And you're late again.
Right to the king of the underworld.
Got a little thing called spring.
Are you wondering why?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm very sorry guys. I can't understand what they're saying, quite honestly, so I'm just gonna get captions. Give me a second. Okay, I got the lyrics now here on my phone, so I will be like kind of going back and forth like this just to see if there's something I don't understand. Actually, I'm gonna put it, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it here just because there's sadly no captions on this, so we're gonna go back. And so she says, married to the king of the underworld, outdoor girl, married to the king of the underworld.
Said I'm an outdoor girl.
And you're late again.
Right to the king of the underworld.
Got a little thing called spring.
Are you wondering where I've been?
Yes.
Where you been?
I'm wondering.
Been to hell and back again. Like my mama always said, brother, when you're down, you're down. When you're up, you're up. If you ain't 6 feet underground, you're living it up on top. Let's not talk about hard times. Pour the wine, it's summertime. 'Cause right now we're living it. How are we living it? Living it up. Oh, brother, right here we're living it. Where are we living it? Living it up on top.
Okay, so we got a really interesting groove. I'm actually having a hard time pinpointing this. Dun 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 dun. It's not quite 5/4. Like I feel like I can count this in 4/4, but I'm not actually sure. Adam, you can put the time here.
Underground, you're living it up on top. Let's not talk about hard times. Pour the wine in summertime. Right now we live.
But this is a very interesting groove. The piano is a very carrying element so far, where we have like a really interesting going on here with Gary. If you listen here in the back.
When you're up, you're up. If you ain't 6 feet.
See, so what is making me think that it's not 4/4, and this is why I get bad at time signatures, is because you have like a, you know, like here in the background.
Down, you're down. When you're up, you're up.
It's almost like a little swing, like a little swing we got going here. So it could be 4/4 with swing, but I don't know. Adam's probably glaring at me. Huh? Come on, get out of here. Go. Okay. Anyway, as we have here, you can hear the pianos like the dun 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 dun. It's kind of reminding me of Song of Storms from Legend of Zelda, if you guys know that one. Do 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 do. Other than that, not much. We have some bass here, and then obviously what I really like is that Hadestown has this element where even like the Fates and the onlookers are like singing along with these choir vocals. I am loving, and I mean this in the best way possible, the simplicity of like the dynamics of the harmonies and there's not a lot going on here instrumentalized. It's like you can count them all on one hand, whereas for example in, let's say, Epic or Hamilton, you have string sections and you have horn sections and you have voices, choir, whatever, non-diegetic and diegetic vocals, right? Which is here, it's a little bit more simplistic. I like that.
You ain't 6 feet underground, you're living it up on top. Let's not talk about hard times. Pour the wine in summertime. Right now we're living it. How are we living it? Living it up. Oh, brother, right here we're living it. Where are we living it? Living it up on top.
That's interesting. So she is essentially saying here, like, it seems like she's coming back.
I'm back.
So she's coming back from the underworld, and she's now on, like, she's over the overworld, which means summer's approaching. It's warm again. You know the myth of the seasons. We learned that from the last one, Epic 1. Okay, so I must admit, this is a little surprising to me, because my understanding from the most of the stuff I've met is that she wasn't necessarily sad to leave the underworld. She was like, because she gets to see her mom and walk in the overworld or walk in the sunlight for a bit, and then when she goes back, she's happy to be with her husband and whatnot. So she seems overjoyed about this, and really like she also says here, let's not talk about hard times, pour the wine, it's summertime. It's like very DIONYSUS-CODED, by the way, as if like I don't want to talk why the spring is like, because since last time my patrons actually informed me that I misunderstood a little thing. So Persephone is obviously not dead, because she was interested in. I'm just not realizing how stupid that was. I remember in one of the episodes I talk about how Persephone might be dead because the seasons are like all messed up, which was stupid, not one for me there. But I'm curious as to why, like, because it's only scorching, summers of blistering cold, something like that. Like spring and fall essentially are gone, and it's just summer, winter, I think is how I understand it. If not, let me know in the comments. But she seems overjoyed, as in like she's happy to have escaped the underworld, still flashing that she's married. By the way, this is not a wedding ring, I'm just wearing golden rings. But she's flashing that that she's like that she's back. She's flashing that she's with Hades, like married to the king of the underworld, but still seems overjoyed to be away from him. That's very interesting.
Who makes the summer sun shine bright? That's right.
Ooh.
Persephone.
That was cool.
Who makes the fruit of the vine get ripe? Persephone. That's me. Who makes the flowers bloom again in spite of a man? You do. Who's doing the best she can? Persephone.
Aww.
That's you. Now some may say the weather ain't the way it used to be. Let me tell you something that my mama said to me. You take what you can get, and you make the most of it. So right now we're living it. How are we living it? Living it up. Our brother right here, we're living it. Where are we living it? Living it up on top.
Okay, interesting. So some might say the weather ain't the way it used to be, but let me tell you something that my mama said to me. You take what you can get and you make the most of it. Why did Demeter tell her that? Because she has to share her daughter with the king of the underworld? Okay, but surprisingly, these onlookers seem to be very okay with this. I'm curious as to how the dynamic works here, because if I know that Persephone is the reason for the seasons and whatnot, I would be asking questions here, like, where's spring, where's fall, bro, what's happening? And Hermes even said, like, you're late, as in summer was supposed to come ages ago, where the f*** are you, you know? Okay.
It was summertime on the road to hell. There was a girl who had always...
And that Road to Hell motif is the
Run away.
There it is.
You might say that it was in spite of herself that this young girl decided to stay. There was a poor boy with a liar.
Who says times are
The
hard?
flowers bloomed, the fruit got ripe, and the brother for a moment there.
Anybody want a drink?
The world came back to life.
There's a little breakdown piece. Okay, so interesting, because quite honestly, I've never considered this take on Persephone, because to me this is way more Dionysus-coded, you know. But it would make sense because usually in the summertime is when, you know, the parties start popping up again. You get to be outside a little more. People sit outside in their gardens and have fun. Usually a lot of people, especially people with seasonal depression, will associate the cold and the harsh of winter and, like, you know, being alone during Christmas and stuff like that. Will associate this like with the colder weather. Whereas here, when summer then comes and the seasonal depression, maybe, you know, for some people at least in the summer, it's a lot easier to be alive, if you can say it like that, which is nicely portrayed here. But she really seems to be drinking her troubles away, like really, like, especially like I'm basing it purely on visuals, but like her speech is a little slurred, like a little like, oh, I'm a drunken wife coming in from the train, you know.
I am not fucking drunk.
Very much so. Okay, so far we have this little breakdown groove here. Something interesting is that the lack of treble in the drum kit. There are no hi-hats in this piece. It's just there's no you know. It's all just like not quite bass, because I don't. Let me listen for a kick drum.
Boy with a liar.
Who says times are
The
hard?
flowers bloomed, the fruit got ripe, and the brother for a moment.
So if there is a kick drum, it is so buried in the mix that the whatever, I think that's an upright bass, could also be a normal one. If that's the case, it's so buried in the mix that you don't really hear any bass at all from the drum kit, which is very interesting, because normally you can feel it when the kick drum is there.
To stay. There was a poor boy with
I hear a snare and I hear a tambourine, and then I think, is that some kind of?
a liar.
Who says
There's definitely a couple of toms. Doom.
times are hard?
The flowers bloomed, the fruit got ripe, and the brother for a moment there.
Anybody want a drink?
I think if it's a kick drum, it's either so buried in the mix that it mixes so well with the bass, or it's just not there. I honestly cannot tell. Let me know in the comments if you know.
There was a poor boy with a liar.
Who says times are hard?
The flowers bloomed, the fruit got ripe, and the brother for a moment there.
Anybody want a
I also completely forgot to mention, I'm so sorry, this is an animatic by Murky Musito, and this is the same art style as Road to Hell, so I assume that's the same animatic creator. So sorry I didn't mention that in the intro, but please go check out the original in the description.
drink?
The world came back to life.
Okay, listen to this uprising key change here, both from the choir and these strings. And then breakdown piece here. Nice.
Come on, green thing.
It's okay. So obviously this is a insanely long breakdown piece, and I think it literally just to showcase that they're having fun and drinking here. Quite honestly, in the soundscape here, there isn't much to break down. If you listen to, like, there's the brass, we have, you know, everyone's just having a good time, and it kind of seems like, so in a lot of New Orleans music, you have these like, and if you haven't been to New Orleans, I've been dying to go. I want to go to New Orleans one day. But I love watching these videos of people. They just set up on the street and then they just jam. Sometimes it is like really practice dedicated pieces, but sometimes these musicians who are just so insane, like some of the most talented musicians on earth who will never get more than like a couple thousand streams on Spotify, for example, they will be in New Orleans just jamming on the street from pure passion. It is amazing. And they will go into these improv pieces just like this, and I mean this with the utmost respects. This sounds like okay guys, hello band musician, whatever, we're in this key and people need to have fun. Go ahead and like let's do some improv. We have a steady groove from the drums, not too much variation here on Gary, but it fits. Whereas all the other instruments, the piano is kind of like going do-dun here. So you have the which is kind of the fundamental of the groove, so that we know that we're not going completely crazy. We're still sticking to some kind of regiment. I don't think I'm using that word right. I think I'm gonna use a different word. We're sticking to like this kind of like template maybe for the for the music, and so we still get the feel that we're in the same song. But here the brass are adding a little bit of swing to it. Like it's really cool. It's like it's almost like the conductor was like, you can like improvise this and we'll just like get the best take, right? And listen to how they kill it. I don't know how that works though. If you guys know anything about how this was composed, please let me know, because this is a very, very interesting take on music. And there we go. So that violin here, indicating that now the this groovy Tuesday almost. This groovy I'm gonna call it an improv piece. I'm sorry. It just, even though it is probably not, it really gives the vibe, right? So this piece here, and then we got the violin to finish them off.
Up on top, we ain't got much, but we're living it up. Just enough to fill our cups. Living it up on top. Brother, pass that ball around. 'Cause we're living it up.
Let the poet bless this round.
Aww.
To the patroness of all of this, Persephone, who has finally returned to us with wine enough to share, asking nothing in return, except that we should live and learn to live as brothers in this life.
There we go.
And to trust she will provide.
All right.
And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough.
Ooh, that is an interesting lyric. I feel like that's foreshadowing. I have to feel that's foreshadowing. If no one takes more than, what was the lyric? Here it is. And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough. She will always fill our cups. So much talk about alcohol, right? Really like I'm surprised Persephone is kind of like, either she's just a party girl and really wants like to celebrate that she's back on the oil, which is totally fine, but she really sounds like yeah, little problematic with the alcohol there. Like, no, not problematic. That's probably wrong to say. I hope you guys know what I mean. Like it's interesting to me to see her so DIONYSUS-CODED, right? I from all like reading the hymn to Demeter by Homer, or like how she's portrayed in Blood of Zeus, or how people generally talk about her as like a goddess. This is not what I was expecting, but it's nice. And what I really love is that there is no correct answer to Greek mythology. I said this in my Stories from Styx introduction video. There's no correct answer. As long as you, for example, here she is the goddess of the seasons, essentially, right? She is Demeter's daughter and married to Hades, right? Those are some of the fundamentals you kind of can't really take as much liberty with, but her as like a person or as a goddess, you can take some liberties. And how Hadestown has portrayed her here, I think is really refreshing. It's nice. It's not what I was expecting her to be. It's so cool.
As brothers in this life.
There we go.
And to trust she will provide.
All right.
And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough. She will always fill our cups.
I will.
We will always raise them up to the
Aww.
world we dream about. And the one we live in now.
Cute.
'Cause right now we're living it. Living it up. Brother, right here we're living it. Listen here, I'm
Nice. Little bit of groove. That's a really nice song. You hear those fills from Gary
Oh,
there?
we're living it. Living it up. Brother, right here, we're living it.
And interestingly enough, now that we got this like finishing piece, there's the return of the treble, like these psh, like really these crash and hi-hats from Gary here. If you guys don't know, I call every drummer ever Gary just because I don't know. I think it was it in the 6 reactions? I don't remember. It's like it just became a thing on my channel that the drummer is called Gary. Gary is a gender neutral term. It's not because I'm like every drummer is a man. It's just because Gary, you know, Gary. You're Gary. I'm Gary. All of us are Gary in some way, you know.
Down you ever living it up on top. Living it up and we ain't gonna stop. Living it.
It's a really cool motif in the brass here.
How I'm living.
You hear that? No. Nice. Wonderful. Well done, Murky. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Over here we have my lovely patrons scrolling on the screen. They have been supporting me for so long, and they have been making both, number one, my dream of becoming a content creator, like true. I'm a full-time content creator, and I'm living it up top. Living it up on top now. Other than that, these people actually not only helping my dream, but they are also literally like making stories from Sticks Happen, which is the musical I'm writing about Hades in the Underworld. So thank you all so much to all the people over there. If you are enjoying what I'm doing, please leave a like, check if you're subscribed, leave a comment. Did I miss something? Highlighted something? Do you like how I do my analysis? If not, if yes, let me know. In a bit over here, there will be some boxes. One of them is a playlist to the entire Hadestown arena, and the other one is YouTube's way of telling you guys that CF Entertainment is a channel worth pushing. They need one missing piece, which is you. You need to click this video, watch it for a minute, and then you can go on your merry way, or you can watch it all the way through. That's totally up to you. But if you do that, you'll actually tell YouTube that CF Entertainment is a channel worth pushing into the algorithm. Other than that, I am actually going to get straight into the next episode. You guys will see it next week. If you want to see it, it is now on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're on Patreon, then this will be cut directly into the next one. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support, and yeah. Bye.